Hey, what's up, America? Jazz, what's up, Patrice? Crystal Betty, stick around if you want to hear the story. What's about ready to happen? Paulie's got some new lawyers that specialize, and they're teamed up with my lawyers. About 2 years, I got sick. I was a flight case maker at a place called C&D. I used to own a company before 9/11, actually three. The Ultimate Case Corp, Cases Unlimited. The Ultimate Case Company Incorporated. All incorporated companies. Now, I ended up getting sick. I was loading the cases for Hamilton. I had a triple seizure and heat stroke. Yes, I was lost in Bloomfield for 2 days because they let me out of the hospitals. All right. But the fourth time I wasn't so lucky. I was basically in a coma and dead. So that starts the story. Got back up, got out of the hospital, out of the ICU. My daughter's a nurse. She was there the whole time. So there's a nurse thing factor out of the way, all right? As of my doctors, they got me back. Saccone, Espino, my neurologist. My boss at C&D Case, where I worked over there for a decade as a manager. I am the music community because I've worked all my life in it. I started playing guitar at 9, backing my fathers on stage. So if you can say that, and plus my father had a deal to go with Hank Snow down to Nashville and down 1972. He stayed with my mother because of the family. Maybe he'll figure out why I created the family. I'm very much about family. I'm not about hatred. I grew up in a 70s world of peace pot and microdot. Didn't see color, didn't see racial, didn't see nothing. Facebook is a bunch of that. So I got sick, big deal. I got to ask you people, how many people have visited me? I've only had 8 visit me. So why would people knock down a fundraiser page and have me keep putting it up? Are people so blind at all my Facebook pages? If you looked at the email and stuff, they were all registered in my name. All right. They all get kicked down, but they don't get kicked down. You can't kick me down. I'll put one up and I'll keep putting it up. Girl Bonnie Lisa retracted a fundraiser, $100 fundraiser, 3 months. Now, why would you do something so cruel? Because I kicked her out of a group page. That was my family and left her on my page. It was her choice to leave, just as much as a girl named Tinkerbell that faked her death, and I was called a murderer. Now, this man comes along, Steve TORRES, which I used to support him on my page until I got sick of him selling Looks to Kill rock shop that he gets all his cheap tarnish merchandise over Wish.com. Go to Wish.com and you'll find out the stuff that he's selling there, or that he sells for $16, you can get for $1. Pay for the shipping, they give it to you free. Steve TORRES made up the big lie. Now he's the advocate for fundraiser pages, right? Dan Reynolds wrote the post about Tinkerbell. I'm the murderer. Now Tinkerbell had all these dick pics, never had nothing. See, social media is a rude tool, man. You guys look at it and you believe it. Stop being a sucker. None of this has bothered me, trust me. I want this to go out to the music community and get it. Now here's the deal. Steve TORRES said I never had cancer, never played in a band. Go look at Ritual, R-I-T-U-A-L. Put the word letters LTMP. 5 pages on Ritual. Billy passed away April 8th. I played in that band 30 years on and off. I wrote the last from 2000 to 2013. Me and Billy had our own studio. Former members of the band of Ritual, Ricky Parent from Patterson, New Jersey, of Enough's Enough. Derek the Skull Taylor of Overkill. Truth. Making the flight cases for the band, I got the greatest gift working in the music business. Cancer. From the solvents. Now, my girlfriend and an ex-police Bloomfield cop was in there when they made the decision to get my kidney out for kidney cancer. I would have died if it didn't come out. So my kids put up a fundraiser page. But maybe the sickness didn't come from it. It came from a shot of contrast they were detecting the cancer with. Gave me the shakes, fatigue. And now I can hardly walk. It's painful through my body. It rips every day, and I control it. I keep a good attitude. I run the road recovery. Steve Torres becomes this big advocate for fundraiser pages, and the people got dropped from the groups because they weren't getting attention turned on me. Now, these people never met me. So what I did was, I had my lawyers been working on this since last year. Okay. Oh, I do have lawyers. I never bullshitted any of you. If you think I was kidding you. Now payback time's up. I got hooked up about 2 days ago with the best lawyer in the world that specializes in defamation of character, slander, cyberbullying, and especially when you go on a fundraiser page and shut them down and shut down my Facebook pages and make up the biggest lie that I've been running a scam. And my mother threw me out of the basement in 2007. No, I left there on my own free will. My mom was nice enough to keep me there. Steve has also talked about my mother, my 86-year-old mother. When my mother lost my father, he got murdered in 2013. That's a nice thing. Real God-given people over there, man. Steve has hit up on women. There's write-ups on him on Tumblr. To get close to him, how he wants to leave his wife, and his wife hits him in the head with bottles and stuff. Real loving person, real good guy there, right? I've never lied to all you. I put the fundraisers up. As Steve knocked them down, another one went up. So it looked like I was putting up multiple fundraiser pages. And as of Rachel Riggs, if she put it up or anyone, there is no law in the United States that you can't put up a fundraiser for someone else. To do fraud in a fundraiser page is $70,000. In a year and a half, I didn't even break 18. My lawyer looked at all this stuff and looked at Steve's page. My God, open page, really, you can see everything. That means if you don't know me, you see what Steve's right. And he's this big radio announcer that only took him 6 years to get 49,000 listenings. But if you look at it real quick, it looks like listeners. And people said he has 75,000 listeners. No, he don't. Because it would show as listenings on MIXLR. Now, if you've been to my radio show is the best radio show out there for the best mix of metal, whatever. After 12, I do what I want. I do the rare stuff, and we're working with the bands. I got a chance to talk to Marco Mendoza 2 weeks ago on the phone, the bass player from Whitesnake. We didn't talk about Whitesnake. We talked about a place that created the road to recovery that helped the mentally ill, depression, anxiety. It'll even cure cancer. Your mind does it to you. Your mind destroys you. So Steve Torres even ripped down that. Call me a dried turkey neck up that my teeth are all rotted out of my head from meth. I'm a meth addict. Well, Steve did that for anger. People always wonder, why did Steve do it? Well, I'm going to tell you this, and please listen. I'll repeat it again. First, we're going to go back. I had a triple seizure and heat stroke. I was in a coma. I'll say it again, because people aren't understanding this. I had a triple seizure and heat stroke, and I was in a coma July 19th. Lost in Bloomfield, New Jersey, because they left me out of the hospital. 4 hospitals. I had cancer, HAD. They removed a 2.5-inch mass. I have 1 kidney. I don't know how long I live. Look it up. I could live 5 years. I could live a lifetime. Not worried. Now with Steve doing this, he became an advocate and started taking down my fundraiser pages. With that, it made me and my girl starve here. The fundraiser, if you were looking at it, it said, first of all, for cancer. It was a contrast shot that crippled my ass. I can still walk. It's very painful through my body. A man-made drug. So where did I lie? I didn't. The Platinum Mountains behind me, I'm not even going to pull them no more. I showed you. Them three are from the band Live. They gave them to me for doing all their cases. Flight cases on them big black boxes. I've worked with legends from Kurt Cobain, Bowie, Lou Reed, Jason Bonham, Bon Jovi. I've worked with legends. Don't mean nothing to me. They're normal people. I sued Kravitz. Try me on it. I got the paperwork. Now with that, the paperwork of Newark, New Jersey, in the police report, they came in here and they seen what Steve Torres wrote comparing me to a Jeffrey Dahmer, and Steve just wrote it. Someone sent it to me again. See, where Steve messed up was, Steve, you better get some good lawyers because I got all the aces in my deck. The day you messed with my fundraisers, my sickness, I wasn't a case maker, didn't play in a band. You just put yourself in defamation of character and slander. And also guiding your people to take my fundraisers and call them in and call me a scumbag. I've never threatened a woman. I got my own woman here, Lisa. I warn people, you're going to get in trouble. Now, people like Dan Reynolds, these are just a couple. Kathy Z is getting thrown into the mix. Dan Reynolds, Bill Ganko, sue his girlfriend. All right? The whole workforce of an internet radio station and Looks to Kill Rock Shop that is not an LCC, I called Arkansas, not a sole proprietorship, or not an incorporation. The aces are getting better in my deck. That means he's been ripping off the government for years, not paying taxes. And you as taxpayers, you pay taxes. Steve hasn't reported shit. I'll take that to the bank. It's already been checked out. It's all been reported. I got a stack of these from Newark, New Jersey. I didn't put one report. The cops have been here 3 or 4 times. Now, what did I do? Document the incident there? What did I do? Get these off the net? No. I had it, so I got my new lawyers. Me and my lawyer broke bread today. I'm going after Steve Torres and the first 20. Shane G. Johnson, you're another one. You want to come and break me and come and get me, bro? Wow, that's a threat, bro. I want to wrote that on social media with the track record you got, son. Come and get me. They'll pull you off to Newark jail. If you haven't been down Newark and you're in a southern state, you might not get out of here alive. All right? I'm not a drug user. I never smoked crack. I never shot dope. Smoked pot when I was a kid. I quit drugs, except for the prescription drugs over the years, and I quit them too. I was a blown out alcoholic. Don't drink. I will not touch anything but water. As of all my blood tests, all that stuff would have came up. My doctor, Saccone, who took out my kidney, thinks Steve Torres is one delusional person. My other doctor, Spino, same thing. Why did Steve do this? One day I looked in last July, I seen under my fundraiser page, this fundraiser is a fraud. Steve found a way to make up a thing, and his first post was people that put up fundraiser pages with contrast. He pinned my ass. He took his anger out of me with his son. His son said his son died of a suicide. No, it was a drug overdose. The crack marks are on his hands from the stem. Steve lied to all of you. The pictures that he has of the Motley Crue dancer, Megan McGee, she's on a list too. She's a fake, a phony. She took the pictures put the videos up and made her something not to be. I'm a little bit too smart on the net. My name is Paulie D, and I'm the fastest on Facebook. You can try me on it. I think people know that by now. So with this, these people, Dan Reynolds came in the radio station and called me an asshole or whatever the other day. It's all been seen. Steve called me a stalker because I wanted to listen to Donnie V. All Steven TORRES can do, he's the one who hides behind a keyboard, because I never seen him make a public statement except that video I put up of him so drugged out on pills. And what does he do with PSTD or post-traumatic stress disorder, which he takes medication, and he even admits that he was out partying with the bands like a rock star. Steve is no rock star, man. Put up bold pictures of himself. Steve, you're the biggest liar to the music community. And I feel bad for Steve Lynch that got sucked into your shit. And I wish Steve Lynch, he's out of autograph. I wish you the best, Steve. And sorry about your girlfriend's fundraiser, but to put out $25,000 for an album when I can't walk, and you're on Steve TORRES' side, I'll jump in. I might never recover in my life. But if I did, imagine this, if I did walk again, Facebook would say I lied. Now here's what I'm going to do. A fundraiser is going up, and it's going up right to my lawyer. I'm going to every cyber bullying site and everything for donations. It's going to my lawyer, and my lawyer's watching the page. If anyone tries to go through it, I will tell you right now, don't try to use another computer, try to hack it or get in there, because it's all being watched this time. Steve TORRES, when he went in and wrote in my fundraiser pages, he broke the law of fake fundraiser pages. The page was hacked. He called my friend Mike Islin, a retired cop that wanted to talk to him and know all the allegations about Steve TORRES. Said I was impersonating a cop. No, Mike Islin is a retired Irvington sergeant. So I got 5 cops on my side. I went down to internal affairs. I don't have a record since I was a kid. I got caught for smoking pot. Oh well, when I was 17, it didn't reach 18. So, Steve puts up, show me the proof. Steve has never showed one bit of proof in the world. You go ask Steve to show me the proof. He says he has nurses and doctors. I was checked out by an SSI doctor, and he said you might have Parkinson's, Paul. An SSI doctor. I am on SSD. Now, what I'm going to do when I win this case, the proceeds, a majority of the proceeds, will go to the road recovery. Tell people, because doctors, as much as mine, Maria Russo's therapist, they want cards. It's the most successful place for getting better. Steve don't believe in God, and he also wrote a thing, and this is about Democrat or Republican with me. When may you go and vote? He said that whole shooting, it was about a crazy person who shot them people. It wasn't about the president, who is a normal person. He is a person. You don't want to kill him. Why would you want to kill him? You're all God-given people. If you're all God-given people, why would you want to break the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not hate. So Steve wrote his own thing. In the thing he wrote, he put that the President of the United States initiated the order with the supporters. I have it all in black and white. See, Steve's loyal people over there, they're loyal to me, not to Steve TORRES. And the ones that talked, and I like the girl that talked to me about, wow, what Jersey people turning on Jersey people, even my own town. I wouldn't have done that. You just dragged yourself into a heap of shit, so I would start getting good lawyers. Because the name gets brought up, you're not going to win. It's all in black and white. You wrote it. And a couple people I'm going to be very sad about going against. If I drop you from my Facebook page, did it to yourself. See, social media to me isn't about notoriety, thumbs up. It's got so far past the point. Someone dies, thumbs up. You don't even take the time to put a prayer in some of you people. It's not directed at the people that do it. But the prayers just come out. I pray for you, but did you really pray and look up to God and say it? I find that hard to believe. 50 deaths. People don't have time to go to road recovery and get better. How could they do 50 prayers in a day? I'm a firm believer in God, trust me. God has guided me through this. I will win this case. It's starting. So if anyone wants to play with this fundraiser, it's going right to my lawyer's bank account. All right. I'm done with the games. It never bothered me. It never got me stressed. You might have thought so. Steve will lose. He's going to be paying big fines. It's all jealousy. Yes, you're right, Virginia. It's all jealousy. When a person gets so jealous and he wants to be, Steve Torres says, I want to be him. Why the hell would I want to be him? I like being me. A good people, all he cares about, even in all the posts with me, he has to put about HMG radio. HMG radio is nothing. He does not know Motley Crue. He was in the military. He says, I don't know, maybe the guy, I can't prove this, but maybe he said he got hurt, whatever. He says how he dresses so good. He said, I didn't know who Ralph Lauren is. Get the hell out of here. I dress normal now the way I want. Not the way my ex-wife wanted me to put on suits and shit. That's not me. I live a very simple life. So get this round in the music community. Steve Torres, Looks to Kill Rock Shop, HNG Radio lied. Steve, I hope you're watching this because what's the next lie you're going to make? I made all out that I was cracked out on here. You put pictures of my girlfriend hanging up my underwear that were my socks. Sorry about that, dude. You put up a thing, you'll give a $20 gift card away if they can make up a name about me. Cute. Steve, did you ever look at yourself in the mirror? I'm 55. You're not looking too happening these days, son. Your hair is gone. You're out of shape. You don't look like that guy. You look like, oh, I could pass and use Motley Crue logos and use the crew and do whatever you want and take pictures of models and put them up on your pages and say, this is a feature artist of the week. No, it's a feature artist you stole just as much as you stole the picture of the studio. You Photoshop with you in it. Because I called the studio and he ain't too happy you took his picture. See, Steve, I don't mess around. Greg Shatter of the Empire, I called his producer. See, I don't mess around. I called Striper up. The minute you do something, I'll get right on the phone because you know what? I was in the music business. I can get through. I talked to 10th Street Management. That's Motley Crue's management. Also, Five Finger Death Punch. I worked with them. You know, I work too many people. I know too many people in the music business. I don't bother them. From Vito Brato on down the line. Steve said I never worked with Ozzy. Yes, I sure have. Over the last decade, I've worked at C&D Case Company. It's in Belleville, New Jersey. Look it up. I talk to my boss every week. He's very sad in that I can't make cases no more. He's very hurt that I got cancer and got sick and what they did to me with the contrast. I can't go back. I'm a very happy person doing what I do at my radio show. And that's it. I'd like to thank people like Donna Clayton, Rachel Riggs, Cindy and Maria Rusto, Patty Davis, and all the people that donated. The list is too long. The last part of the donations came from the Road to Recovery to keep me alive so I wouldn't be out on the street. And I appreciate that. I gave back a free course that people, and I'm talking about all of you, have not gone the distance and not take. If you would have took it, you think you got great lives, paint a pretty picture on Facebook because I've gone down most of your timelines. It's all about money, how much money you got, paint a pretty picture to what, get a guy sucked into your life and then it turns into a nightmare. I've been there. So, that's the story. New lawyer, in effect. All right, this guy is good. He specializes in this. He looked over my case. The day Steve TORRES said I've been running a 3-year scam with fundraisers and everything he said, he lost. So stay with Steve. Keep posting over there with Steve. Put the most horrifying shit. Now my lawyer is watching Steve. Dig that. He was on Steve's page today. He's seen what was written. He's seen that Steve said I was pulling a fundraiser for 3 years. That I'm on one, he said some crazy shit like I made $400,000 and this apartment was inherited, I never said, by Whitney Houston. He has pictures of my apartment, my address up. So you know what? Bring it on. Anyone wants to come down here? Since you know I'm all not sick, you haven't seen me. Only on videos. And it's a shame he knocked down. My main page got knocked down because that would have helped you guys. I got the videos backed up and I'm putting up. It tells you how you get kidney cancer. That was a key. You could have went back to one of my videos and said, Paul had kidney cancer. How am I going to deal with it? The ones that did the hateful stuff will never get into road recovery. God will punish them. That's it. For what they did. They'll deal with their demons. And when they get something and their brain eats into cancer, because 1973 stress level was low, so was cancer. It's up at the highest point. You deal with the chemo. You don't have the chance to come and figure out how you can get better with road to recovery. That's all my piece tonight. I'm going back to flipping music. You know what? No, Steve TORRES lives in Arkansas, Conway, Arkansas. All right. You look it up, Steve TORRES on Conway. If you go in there and you're going to post something against him, he's only going to block you. So it's a waste of time. Go look what he wrote, turn in the page. That's the best way to do it. I'll get all my pages back from Facebook, trust me. They got a problem with me. I always stuck up for Mark Zuckerberg, said it was a great place. They let me put my fundraisers, my group pages, and road recovery up here. Facebook is getting really steep. Steve will end up with no business, no radio station, no web pages, no Facebook. When I'm done with them, they're all going down. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose, and he's going to pay some steep fines. And like I said, whatever I do get out of it, I'll win. I'm not worried about it. You know, the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds will go to the road to recovery, to helping the mentally ill. And the people that can't deal with life that I'm good at, it's Paulie D's, the road to recovery. I don't force you there. You go there, it's a course, not a show. So when you go there, be respectful. When I start talking, it's not a chat session in there. If not, don't bother going. If you want to get well, take a 16-week course. All right, I got to go, man. You know what? I love Kiss, man. I think I'm going to rock out with some Kiss and some Sabbath and some Zeppelin, man, on Hell Yeah Radio. And if you don't know how to load it, man, I gave you all the directions. Some people don't know how to get in Hell Yeah Radio. Get in the chat room. I do requests. All right. And thank you, Donna, and thank you, everybody. Gail George. Now, when the fundraiser pages goes up, if you're on my side, I want to push to every cyberbullying site in the world, clear it, and everybody will go down. This will be the most successful case. I got 25,000 comments on me. Between threats and death threats, phone calls, 400. I haven't budged since, and I don't think you see me blink too much. Because you better like coffee when you come to my house and knock on my door, because I'll crack you in the head with the pot, bring you in here, and let Nork pick you up. I know all the Nork cops down here. I know the Bloomfield cops, internal affairs, try me on at TORRES, saying I did wire fraud. The mayor's office down in the district of Bloomfield, no, the township of Bloomfield, laughed at you. There's nothing on me. You made it all up. You even put support tickets from your webpage server and made them up too. I have a page called Steve Torres. See all the things that Steve Torres did to me. I changed the name. Now you can follow the court case and see all the stuff that Steve Torres did to me. And maybe you people wake up. Think about what you put on your pages. If you're going to fuel the fire, you'll put about the presidency. See, religion and politics do not mix. Go in the voting booth, man. Facebook ain't going to change what's going on in the world. They make you do it. When you lose friends on Facebook, you get added friends. It's computer generated by Facebook. I just deleted. I'm not that important, man. I didn't get ads for a long time. I just seriously deleted 500 to 600 people. Now, why did 600 people automatically come back? Especially fake pages. The best page I did do was Mandy Madonna. I'm a genius. I did make up one page, but my email was still on it. I bought Steve Torres and all at the table. I was the hottest bitch. And all my family was in on it, Rachel and all. When they came in, oh, thanks for that. Big hugs, Mandy. But Steve Torres, I turned on myself with my fundraiser. And Steve Torres spilt his guts to a picture, as much as, I'm not going to mention no names of bands were hitting up and they want to jerk off with Mandy Madonna. Really. I'm not the one hitting up on the guys. They were hitting up on a picture. That's pretty sad in America that you didn't talk to them people. You just want to get off on a picture. You might as well bought a Playboy magazine. My name is Paulie D, and welcome to my rockin' family. Not the cult. I'm considering Jeffrey Dahmer and Charles Manson. Get the fuck out of me. The hell yeah, people. Hey, you guys have a great night. All right? Life is too short. It's a gift. Don't let it slip. Don't let Facebook get you down. I was able to control 25,000 comments without it bothering me. I don't lose sleep over Steve. Don't let it bother you. They're words. Okay? God bless everyone. And when Steve Torres, the best picture I'm going to have is the Instagram picture of him behind bars, or the fines, or the newspaper clippings. And I'll put them all up on my wall, just for a remembrance of what a non-God-giving person did that got punished. You have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Come back now, you hear? See you later.